Mount Rainier in the distance. There are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Hold it set.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Second down, Willis looks to throw here. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The Seahawks at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
And Willis keeping it himself on the option. And some room to run now. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Cougar 19.
Second down, here's Willis. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
After the sack on first down, Stafford into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On second down, it's Walker. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, it's Willis. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, this defense for the Seahawks much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season. Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominated on that side of the football. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Big 20.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
That'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if you put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. This is taken at the 15, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Quickly out wide to Eskridge. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Drop 60, drop 50. Buffalo 18. Hustle.
2nd down throw coming by Willis. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
70, hey, smash Bronco.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Come on.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go again here with Akers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good 1st step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Henderson running straight ahead. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The offense on third down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. 4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. Gay's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Hey, check that.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Hold the ready.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Ready.
On 2nd and 15 now. Willis. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. He completes this to Walker. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
70 Ranger. Ready.
Now Willis to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Walker.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
To the air on first down. Here's Willis.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Going right back to Akers.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Up the middle, here's Henderson. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game,
With averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he's able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
On 1st down at Stafford. He's got it. The tight end, Allen.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. A give up the middle to Akers.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. There's 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys that call the defensive ends. They're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers. There's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Throwing the out route, incomplete. But I think the ball's out, and that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
On 2nd and goal, Stafford, and he's got it. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Gay knocks this one through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Play action. Willis. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Willis with another keeper. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
A 3rd and 2. Here's Willis. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ready.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. So tackling them almost on the spot, that means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd and 7, Stafford
will dump this off to Akers.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Stafford on 3rd down. Got him in open. It's Tyler Higbee. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. You have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Again, it's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they set up for just the 3. But clearly they did anything else trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. From just shy of midfield, Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jordan Brooks with it.
And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you presented, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, okay, right? Ready? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
Here we go, set!
So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Seahawks, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.